Good afternoon, all. Welcome to the lecture of complex analysis. I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in last lecture we have started a new unit which is nothing but the singularity, and we have seen what is a singularity and some types of singularity. There are two major types of singularity which are nothing but isolated singularity and non-isolated singularity. First, what is a singular point? If z equal to the a point z equal to a is said to be a singular point for a function f. If the given function is not analytic at that point z equal to a, then a is a singular point for corresponding function f. And now there are two types of singularity which is nothing but isolated and non-isolated. First one, isolated singularity means any point a is said to be an isolated singular point for a function f if the given function is analytic in the deleted neighborhood of that point a. It means except a point a, the given function will be analytic in that neighborhood, that is some open ball about a of radius r minus of, we have to subtract that point a. Okay, and such a singular point is called as isolated singular point. And non-isolated singular point means if the given function is not analytic at that point a, also it is not analytic in some neighborhood of that point a. It means the given function has one more singular point in every neighborhood of point a. Okay, such a singularity is called as non-isolated singularity. After that we have seen three types of isolated singularity, and which are nothing but removable singularity, pole, and essential singularity. First one is nothing but removable singularity. Removable singularity means any isolated singular point a is said to be a removable singular point or removable singularity for a function f if here it is possible to define one more function g which is analytic in open ball about a of radius r, such that g of z will be equal to f of z in the deleted neighborhood of that point a. And such a singular point is nothing but removable singular point. Second one is pole. An isolated singularity z equal to a is said to be a pole if limit z tending to a modulus of f of z is nothing but infinity. And last one is nothing but essential singularity. Any isolated singularity which is neither a removable nor a pole is called an essential singularity. Okay, up to now, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so next there is one theorem. Statement is nothing but if f has an, the function f has an isolated singularity, isolated singularity at a point z equal to a, then the point a, then the point z equal to a is a removable singularity, a removable singularity if and only if limit z tending towards the point a, z minus a into f of z is equal to 0. Okay, so here we have given f as an isolated singularity. It means already we have given f, the function f has an isolated singularity at a point z equal to a. It means the given function has one of the singularity in between, that is either it has a removable singularity, pole, or essential singularity. And here we have to prove that this point z equal to a is a removable singularity if and only if limit z tending to a, z minus a f of z will be equal to 0. First we will take z equal to a is a removable singularity, and we will prove limit z tending to a, z minus a f of z will be equal to 0. And in next case we have to take this one, and we have to prove this point a is nothing but the removable singularity of a given function. Yeah. Okay, so let's prove it. Case 1, or take it as a part 1. Suppose z equal to a is a removable singularity of a function f. Now, by the definition of removable singularity, as z equal to a is a removable singularity, then here it is possible to define one function g, such that g is analytic in deleted neighborhood of a. Deleted neighborhood of a means here we have to subtract, that is eliminate that point a, and we have to take its neighborhood. So G is analytic in deleted neighborhood of A, and G of Z is nothing but F of Z in the deleted neighborhood of A. So then then there is capital R greater than 0 such that, sorry, capital R greater than 0 and an analytic function G, and an analytic function G, which is defined from open ball about A of radius R to a complex number system C, such that G of Z is nothing but F of Z in the deleted neighborhood of A, where Z is belonging to open ball about A of radius R minus of A, or 0 less than modulus of Z minus A, which is less than R. At modulus of Z minus A is greater than 0, then there is no possible point that is Z equal to A. Okay, and that one is nothing but the deleted neighborhood of a point A. Now we will consider, actually here we have to prove that now. To prove that limit Z tending to A, Z minus A, F of Z is equal to 0. So consider the LHS, which is nothing but limit Z tending towards A, Z minus of A into F of Z. As here we have taken in the deleted neighborhood of A, it means F of Z is nothing but G of Z. So it is nothing but limit Z tending towards the point A, Z minus A into G of A. Actually, G of Z. Okay. Now as Z is tending towards A, then it is nothing but A minus A into G of A, which is equal to 0, which implies limit Z tending towards the point A, Z minus of A into F of Z will be equal to 0. So if F has a removable singularity at a point Z equal to A, then limit Z tending to A, Z minus A into F of Z must be equal to 0. Okay, now the second part. Okay. Let limit Z tending to A, Z minus of A into F of Z is equal to 0. And now we have to prove that A is a removable singularity for a function here. Okay. And let F be analytic in deleted neighborhood of A. Analytic in deleted neighborhood of A means open ball about A of radius R minus of point A. हे कशावरून येईल? आपल्याकडे काय आहे, लिमिट Z टेंडिंग टुवर्ड्स the point A, Z minus A into F of Z will be equal to 0. Okay, and we have to prove that this point Z equal to A is a removable singularity for a given function. Yeah, but already we have here that is F has an isolated singularity. It means in its neighborhood the given function has no singular point. It means it is analytic in the deleted neighborhood of this point A. So from that one we will take the given function F is analytic in the deleted neighborhood of point A. Okay. Now we have to prove that Z equal to A is a removable singularity. Removable singularity of a function here. Okay. That is to prove that. That is to prove that here we want to define one function H, define a function H which is analytic in the deleted neighborhood of point A, such that it is analytic in the deleted neighborhood of point A and continuous at Z equal to A. Okay, that is we have to prove. And if we will prove this one, then by definition of removable singularity, the given function must be the given function has Z equal to A is a removable singularity. And for that, first we will define one function H. Okay, let us define H from open ball about A of radius R to C such that h of z is nothing but z minus of a into f of z whenever z is not equal to a and equal to 0 whenever z equal to. Okay, so here we have defined one function h, which is nothing but z minus a into f of z whenever z is not equal to a and which is equal to 0 whenever z equal to a. Since here we have defined in such a way that since the given function f has a singularity at a point z equal to a and we have to prove it is a removable singularity. Since okay, so here we have defined in this way. Now f is analytic in the deleted neighborhood of point a. Since as here z is not equal to a, it means here this one is nothing but open ball about a of radius r minus of a, and f is analytic in this deleted neighborhood. It means h must be analytic in deleted neighborhood of point a. So clearly h is analytic in open ball about a of radius r minus of a point. And the reason for this one is nothing but f is analytic in deleted neighborhood. Open ball about a radius r minus of point a, and also limit z tending towards the point a h of z is equal to limit z tending towards the point a z minus of a into f of z. So which is nothing but actually is tending towards a, then this one is nothing but a minus a and which is equal to 0, and this 0 will be equal to h of 0 since at z equal to a this point is nothing but 0, so it is equal to h of a, which implies limit z tending towards the point a h of z will be equal to h of a. Then by the definition of continuity the given function is continuous at a point a, which implies h is continuous at a point z equal to a. So here our half part will be proved. That is actually we have to prove that the given function h is analytic and continuous at a point z equal to a, and it is analytic in this open ball about a of radius r minus of a. Okay. Sorry. Here we have to prove that the given function is analytic in the whole disk. Already we have h is analytic in the deleted neighborhood. Now it remains to prove it is analytic at point a also. Okay. Then by the definition of removable singularity, the point z equal to a is a removable singularity point for a given function. Yeah. Okay. Now to prove that, or just claim h is analytic in open ball about a of radius. Okay. This one we have to prove. What is the Morera's theorem? Yes, what is Morera's theorem? If G be any region and f is a function which is defined on a set G which is continuous, and also integration over the curve or a triangular path T, that is integration over T of a given function f will be equal to 0 for any triangular path T in a set G, then the function is analytic on whole set G. Okay, that one is nothing but the Morera's theorem. Okay, then by Morera's theorem, it is sufficient to prove that it's sufficient to prove that integration over the curve T of a function h will be equal to 0 for any triangular path or any triangular path T in open ball about a of radius r. Here this open ball about a of radius r is nothing but set G in Morera's theorem, and T be any there In Morera's theorem, if G be any region and F is a continuous function defined on a set G, such that integration over the set T of H will be equal to 0 for any triangular path T in G. Here, G is nothing but open ball about A of radius R. And if we will prove integration over the set T of H will be equal to 0 for any triangular path T in this open ball, then by Morera's theorem, the given function H is analytic on this whole open ball about A of radius R. Okay. Let us take T be a triangle in open ball about A of radius R, and this delta be the set consisting of T and insides of T. Actually, this will be our point A. Here somewhere is our open ball about A of radius R, and T be any triangle in this open ball about A of radius R. This will be a T, and delta be a set which consists of this whole T and inside of T, means boundary point and inside of T. Okay, so delta be a set which consists of these points, that is the points on this region and all those points which are in between this T. Okay, and this one is nothing but R, and this whole region is nothing but open ball about A of radius R. Okay, so this will be from our these things. Okay, now we have to prove that integration over the set T of H will be equal to 0 for any triangular path T in open ball about A of radius R. Now there are three possibilities for this point A. Either this point A is not belonging to this T or delta. It means A is not on this boundary and inside of T. It means A is outside of T, that is somewhere here, or that is this point 1. This will be nothing but first possibility. Now second possibility is A is on the boundary of this T. It means somewhere here or here. This point A is belonging to this boundary of this T. And the third possibility is nothing but A is inside of T, that is here somewhere. Okay, so for these three possibilities we have to prove that integration over the set T of H will be equal to 0. So first possibility is nothing but this one. Suppose this will be our open ball about A of radius R. Open ball about A of radius R, and this will be a triangle T, and this will be a point E. So this first possibility is nothing but, that is case 1 is nothing but the point A lies outside the T, outside T. Now second case, here is A, case second, A is a vertex of T. It means it is a vertex of this triangle T, that is somewhere here. Okay, so let us take this one as okay. So A is some vertex of this region T, and the third possibility is A is inside of T, that is this one. Here is A, and this will be a triangle T, and A is in between this triangle T. This will be our third possibility, that is case 3 is A is inside T. Okay, and for these three possibilities we have to prove that integration over this set T of a function H will be equal to 0. Now first we will take this case, that is the first case in which A is lie on in outside the point, outside the triangle T. It means A is somewhere here, and this will be at region T. Okay, that is which is denoted by delta. Delta be a set which consists of all those points which are belonging to this boundary of T and inside the T. Okay, now the first case. Let A is a point which is not belonging to delta. It means it is neither on boundary nor inside of T, which is implies A is outside of T. And we know that by the Cauchy's theorem, if f is analytic in whole the region, then the integration over that region must be equal to 0. As the given function has a singular point, but it is outside a point T. It means the given function is analytic in whole that region. Okay. So as H is analytic in open ball about A of radius R minus of A, that is deleted neighborhood of point A, and T is a closed rectifiable curve. Closed rectifiable curve, that is triangle rectifiable curve, which is homologous to 0. Homologous to 0. Homologous to 0 means if gamma is any closed rectifiable curve in a set G, then this gamma is said to be homologous to 0 if index of a curve gamma with respect to a point W equal to 0 for all W belonging to C minus of G. Okay, so here if we take point A outside of this T, that is this will be a T, and point is outside of this T, it means the index of a curve gamma with respect to a point A equal to 0 for all A belonging to open ball about A of radius R minus of that point T, minus of this T, open ball about A of radius R minus of this T. It means the given function is analytic on that region since it has a point A, that is singular point A, and which is outside of that curve. It means by Cauchy's theorem, integration over the set T of H must be equal to 0, which is from Cauchy's theorem. Since by Cauchy's theorem. Okay, so first case, the given function is analytic. Since by Morera's theorem, if T be any triangular path in a set G and integration over the set T of H will be equal to 0 and H is a continuous function, then H is analytic on whole that region. That is here, this region will be open ball about A of radius R. So by Cauchy's theorem, for first case, the function H is analytic. Okay, now the second case. Case 2. Let A is a point which is belonging to delta. As A is belonging to delta, then there are two possibilities for this case. That is either A is on boundary of this delta or it is inside of, sorry, either it is on boundary of T or it is inside of T. Okay, so first sub case. Here we will assume A is on the boundary. It means it is the vertex of a given triangle T. Okay, so first case, which sub case, which is nothing but if A is a vertex of a triangular path which is T. Let us take this vertex, this triangular path at T as ABCA. ABCA. It means if suppose this will be our whole open ball, this will be a point A, this will be open ball about A of radius R, and this will be a vertex of a given triangle T. It means this will be a triangle T. Here somewhere is point B, this will be a point C. Okay, so A T equal to ABCA be a triangle, with the point A as one of the vertex of the Okay, now consider the point x is belonging to this region AB and y is belonging to AC, where the closed interval AB denotes where closed interval AB denotes line segment joining the point A and B. Line segment joining points A and B. Okay. So here we have taken x is a point which is in between A and B. That is somewhere here is point x, and y is a point which is in between A and C. That is here somewhere is our y. Now we will join these 2 points. Okay. So let us join the points x and y. Points x and y. So this will be a region which is nothing but this one. Okay. Now from this one, we will get one more region, that is let P be a region which is a nothing but XBC YX. XBC YX. That this will be a region. XBC YX. That is this region. Okay. So P is nothing but this one. P a path again which is homologous to 0, since A is outside of this point P, sorry, outside of this set P, which is homologous to 0. Then by previous case, homologous to 0. As T is a triangular path which is homologous to 0, then integration over the set T of H will be equal to 0. As here P is homologous to 0, which implies that integration over that set P of a given function H is equal to 0. Take this one as some A. So here, as here we have to find out the integration over the set T of H, but T is nothing but, now T is divided in 2 parts. First part is this one, x b c y x, and second part is nothing but a x y a, or y a x y, or y x a y. Okay. Now for this part, that is y x b c y, integration will be 0. Now we have to prove a y x a. For this region we have to find out the integral value. Okay. Now consider P1 be a region that is AYXA. AYXA means this region. For this region, we have to find out the integral value. For this green region, already we have the integral value will be equal to 0. Now, if we will prove for this region also the integral value is 0, then for whole set T, the integral value is 0. Since the whole integration T of a function H is nothing but now integration over the set T1 of H plus integration over the set P of H, and already this integral value is 0. We have to prove this will be 0. Then there is only one possibility, that is this will be we have to prove 0. Okay. So P1 equal to AYXY be a triangle. Okay. Now then integration over the set T of H is nothing but integration over the set T1 of H plus integration over the set P of H, and this will be already 0. It means integration over the set T of H is nothing but integration over the set T1 of H, and we have to prove integration over the set T of H is equal to 0. Now, as H is continuous and H of A equal to 0, then by the definition of continuity, for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists some delta greater than 0 such that modulus of H of Z minus H of A is less than epsilon whenever modulus of Z minus A is less than upon delta. Okay, so instead of epsilon, we will take some epsilon divided by length of T1. As epsilon is arbitrary small, if it is divided by length of T1, then it is again small. So by definition of continuity, it is nothing but modulus of H of Z minus H of A is less than epsilon upon length of T1 whenever modulus of Z minus A is less than delta. But H of A will be equal to 0. which implies modulus of h of z is less than epsilon upon length of t1 whenever modulus of z minus a is less than a point delta. Now let us take the integral on both sides, which implies modulus of integration over the set t1, sorry, t of h of z dz is equal to, since integration over the curve t of h of z dz is nothing but integration over the curve is t1, that is triangle t1, so which is equal to modulus of integration over the set t1 h of z dz. Take this one as some star. Now, which is less equal by modulus of integration is less equal by integration of modulus t1 of modulus of h of z mod dz. But from star, modulus of h of z is less than, strictly less than epsilon upon length of t1. And this epsilon upon length of t1 is a constant, which is nothing but epsilon upon length of t1 into integration over the set t1 modulus of dz. What is this integral value? As this will be a triangle, then its length is nothing but this, its integral value. So it is nothing but epsilon upon length of t1 into length of t1. This will be get cancelled, which implies modulus of integration over this curve t of h of z dz is less than epsilon, but epsilon is arbitrarily small. It is equal to 0. And as epsilon is arbitrarily small, then it must be tending towards 0, which implies integration of modulus of integration over the set t of h of z dz is equal to 0. And we know that if modulus of some function will be equal to 0, then the function must be equal to 0 only, which implies integration over the set t of h of z dz is equal to 0. And that is we have to prove, and hence the proof. So for second case also, the integral value over this triangle t of a function h must be equal to 0. Now the third possibility, which is a is a point which is inside of a triangle t. So let us consider a say third case third or subcase, as we have taken the subcase first and subcase 2, which is nothing but let a is inside of that is, this will be a region a, then a must be in between this triangle. And now we have to find out the integral value over the set this t. This will be a t, this will be open ball about a of radius r. Okay, now so first we will divide this as this way. We will join these points. Sorry. Now, if t is somewhere, this will be a point P, this will be C, and this will be T. And T is nothing but BC DB. Okay, so this triangular path T is nothing but BC DB, and now this is divided in three more parts. That is, first one is nothing but PBAD, second one is ABCA, and third one is nothing but ACDA. Okay, so let us take T1 as BADB, T2 as ABCA, and T3 as ACDA. Okay, and this one T1 plus T2 plus T3 is nothing but our T. Okay, now here A is a point which is inside of T, but A is a point which is a one of the vertex of T1, T2 and T3. This will be T1. Okay, first one is nothing but BADB. This will be a T1. Second one ABCA. This will be T2 and this will be a T3. For T1, A is a one of the vertex of T1. Similarly, it is a vertex of T2 and T3. So A is a vertex of all these triangles T1, T2 and T3. All these triangles T1, T2 and T3. And from previous subcase, if A is any vertex of a triangle T, then integration over the set T of H will be equal to 0. But here A is vertex of T1, T2 and T3. Then by previous subcase, integration over the set T1 of H is equal to 0. Integration over the set T2 of H is equal to 0. And integration over the set T3 of a function H is equal to 0. Since in previous subcase we have proved that if T is any triangle and A is a vertex of one of the vertex of this T, then integral value over this triangle T of a function H is equal to 0. As A is a vertex of T1, T2, T3, then integral value over this T1, T2 and T3 must be equal to 0. And integration over the triangle T of a function H is nothing but integration over T1 of H plus integration over T2 of H plus integration over T3 of H. And all those values are 0, which implies integration over the set T of H is equal to 0. So in all the three cases, the given function has the integral value over the triangle T must be equal to 0. Then by Morera's theorem, therefore, by Morera's theorem, H is analytic on open ball about A of radius R. Okay, and H of A will be equal to 0. So the given function H is analytic on whole this region, that is open ball about A of radius R, and H of A equal to 0. Then by the definition of zeros of an analytic function, H is analytic on this region and H of A equal to 0, then A must be a 0 of this function H, which implies Z equal to A is a 0 of function H of Z. Now there is one definition of zeros of an analytic function, that is, what is the zeros of an analytic function? एखादा पॉइंट किंवा एलिमेंट Z इक्वल टू ही कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर A हा एखाद्या फंक्शनचा झिरो कधी होतो? Yes, Z equal to A is said to be an zero of an analytic function F if F of Z is nothing but आवाज येते ना?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, झिरोज ऑफ एन एनालिटिक फंक्शन. आय थिंक आपण डेफिनेशन घेतली ना. एखादा कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर Z इक्वल टू A हा ॲनालिटिक फंक्शन Fचा 0 होतो कधी? जर तिथे एक ॲनालिटिक फंक्शन G डिफाइन करता आला, G फ्रॉम open wall about A of radius R to C such that F of Z is nothing but Z minus A.
0.
Z minus A into G of Z, where G of A is not equal to 0. No, एका सिंगल झिरोसाठी घेतले मी. A1 A2 AK जर K झिरोज असतील तर त्यांच्या अकॉर्डिंग मल्टिप्लिसिटीनुसार हे काय असेल? Z minus A1 into Z minus A2 into up to so on Z minus AK into G of Z, where G of AK is not equal to 0 for any K lies between, that is G of M is not equal, sorry, G of AM is not equal to 0 for any M lies in between 1 to K. हे सिंगल ए झिरो साठी सांगितलं मी, असं सांगितलं ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is H of Z then? Z equal to A is a 0 of function H of Z. It means there exists an analytic function small g, analytic function G from open ball about A of radius R to complex number C such that H of Z is nothing but this G of Z for the region 0 less than modulus of Z minus A less than R. So here we have H of Z is nothing but G of Z. Sorry, H of Z will be equal to Z minus A into G of Z, since we have a single zero which is nothing but Z equal to A into G of Z, where G of A is not equal to 0. Okay, now, but for the region 0 less than modulus of Z minus A, which is less than R, by definition of capital H, sorry, small h, here we have defined somewhere H of Z is equal to Z minus A into F of Z whenever Z is not equal to A. It means that it is nothing but open ball about A of radius R minus of this point A, and which is equal to 0 whenever Z equal to A. So for that region, H of Z is equal to Z minus A into F of Z, and H of Z is equal to G of Z. So for this region, that is open ball about A of radius R minus A, G of Z must be equal to F of Z, since H of Z is nothing but Z minus A into G of Z on whole the open ball about A of radius R. But for in the deleted neighborhood of A, H of Z is nothing but Z minus A into F of Z. So in the deleted neighborhood of A, F of Z is nothing but G of A, Z. ठीक है क्या?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for this region, that is whenever 0 is greater than, sorry, 0 is less than modulus of Z minus A, which is less than R. It is, means it is a punctured disk. That is a deleted neighborhood of point A. G of Z must be equal to F of Z, which is from the definition of H of Z. Okay, so therefore there is an analytic function. There is an analytic function G defined from open ball about A of radius R to C such that G of Z is nothing but F of Z for all Z belonging to open ball about A of radius R minus of a point A. Now, this one is nothing but the definition of removable singularity. Since the given function F of Z has a removable singularity, sorry, isolated singularity at a point A, and here it is possible to define one analytic function G on this open ball such that G of Z equal to F of Z for all Z belonging to this deleted neighborhood of point A. Then by definition of removable singularity, which implies Z equal to A is a removable singularity of a function F, and that is we have to prove. Hence the required. Okay. Yes. कुणाल काही doubt आहे?
No, sir.
काय आहे, फक्त इथं दिलं होतं काय आपल्याला, दिलेल्या फंक्शनला एक सिंग्युलॅरिटी, आयसोलेटेड सिंग्युलॅरिटी आहे, आणि त्यावरून काय प्रूव्ह करायचं होतं, ती जर रिमूवेबल असेल कधी, जर लिमिट Z टेंडिंग टू A, Z minus A into F of Z will be equal to 0, and its converse, that is vice versa, that is if limit Z tending to A, Z minus A into F of Z will be equal to 0, and the given function has an isolated singularity, then it must be removable singularity. So we have divided our proof in two parts. So first case is nothing but, first we have to take Z equal to A is a removable singularity, and we have to prove limit Z tending towards A, Z minus A into F of Z will be equal to 0. So by the definition of removable singularity, it must be true. So the second case will be, in second case we have to take Z equal to A is isolated singularity of a function here, and we have, and limit Z tending to A, Z minus A into F of Z will be equal to 0, and we have to prove that this singular point must be a removable singular point. And for that we have to see our proof in three parts. That is, here we have to define one function H which is analytic on whole the open ball about A of radius R, and for that we have divided our proof in three parts. There are three possibilities for this A. Since here we are using our Morera's theorem. What is a Morera's theorem? Morera's theorem is nothing but if we have one region and F is any function which is continuous on that region, and integration over this T of H will be equal to 0 for any triangular path T in G, then the given function is analytic on whole that set G. Okay, so our T is divided, our T is nothing but a triangle, and now A is a point which is belonging to this region, open ball about A of radius R, and T is any triangular path in this open ball. Now there are three possibilities, and that are nothing but A is outside of T, A is on boundary of T, it means it is one of the vertex of T, and A is inside of T. Okay, and in all that cases the integration over the set T of H will be equal to 0. Then by using the Morera's theorem, as T is any triangular path in this open ball about A of radius R, then the given function H is analytic on this one. As this one is analytic on this one and H of A will be equal to 0, it means A is a 0 of function H of Z. Then by definition of zeros of an analytic function, H of Z is nothing but Z minus of A into some G of Z. But already we have defined H of Z. In the deleted neighborhood of A, H of Z is nothing but Z minus of A into F of Z. So in deleted neighborhood of point A, F of Z and G of Z are same. So F of Z is nothing but G of Z. So here there exists one analytic function G such that G of Z will be equal to F of Z. So by the definition of removable singularity, our given singular point Z equal to A will be a removable singular point for a given function F of Z, and that is we have to. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Now there is a corollary. It is an isolated singularity of a function f at function small f at z equal to a is called a removable singularity of function f if and only if limit z tending towards a f of z is constant. Sorry, c where c is constant. Okay. So here we have one isolated singularity. Then that isolated singularity will be a removable singularity whenever limit z tending to a limit z tending to a f of z will be equal to 0 and its curve. That is limit z tending to a f of z will be equal to c, and the given function has one isolated singularity. Then it must be a removable singularity. See the proof. Let z equal to a be the first part, that is this one is a removable singularity. Removable singularity of a function f, and we have to prove that limit z tending towards the point a f of z is nothing but c. Now by definition of removable singularity, at z equal to a be the removable singularity, then there exists one analytic function, an analytic function g from open ball about a of radius r to c, where this r is greater than 0, such that g of z is nothing but f of z in the deleted neighborhood of a. In the deleted neighborhood of a point a. So we will consider now limit z tending towards the point a f of z. In deleted neighborhood, f of z is nothing but g of z. So it is nothing but limit z tending towards the point g of z, which is nothing but g of a, and g of a must be a constant. Let us take this one as some c, so which is constant. So whenever the given function has an removable singularity, then limit z tending towards the point a f of z must be equal to constant. Conversely, let us suppose limit z tending to a z minus of a into f of z sorry, limit z tending towards the point A, z minus A will of f of z will be equal to some c of z is equal to c. That is constant. Now consider limit z tending towards the point A, z minus of A into f of z. But in deleted neighborhood, f of z is nothing but g of z, which is nothing but limit z tending towards the point A, z minus of A into limit z tending towards the point A into f of z. So now it becomes limit z tending towards the point A, z minus of A. As here we have assumed that limit z tending towards the point A into f of z. That one is nothing but c. So this will be a c. And now limit z is tending towards the point A. It means it is nothing but a minus of A into c. That one is nothing but 0, which implies limit z tending towards the point A, z minus of A into f of z will be equal to 0. So here z equal to A is an isolated singularity of a point, sorry, isolated singularity of a function is isolated singularity of function f, and limit z tending towards the point A, z minus of A into f of z will be equal to 0. Then by previous theorem, there is only one possibility for us singular point. That one is nothing but removable singular point. By previous theorem, z equal to A is a removable singularity of a function f. Of a function, yeah, and that is we have to do. Yes. Kunal, काही doubt आहे?
No, sir.
Just here we have to use our previous theorem.